This is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 15, verse Second Ezra 15 and 1. It says, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee, and let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, all praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles, and bishops of Great Millstone that rule well, and peace and blessings be multiplied on all you brethren, preaching this word in all sincerity and in truth, to the hopeful elect out there, the 144,000, and the rest of the men, women, and children. Shalom. It's the brother Dalmar Gabar here with another lesson. Lord willing and edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, and as we do here, mainly at Great Millstone, we constantly, be in the spirit of prophecy. We're constantly going into prophecy, especially these end time prophecies, which we're directly in the midst of, two major prophecies, which is the Third World War, World War III, and the micro C-hip. All right. And these things are heavy on the agenda of these elites, and we're right at the cusp of these things being presented here on the earth and these prophecies being fulfilled. All right. And you still have a lot of our people, a lot of these other Israelite groups, speaking against us, especially when it comes to the MOTB. They constantly are trying to push this idea that the MOTB is going to be sin, that it's not going to be anything physical. It's going to be, sin and something non-physical, when the MOTB is a literal physical thing. All right. Which is the charagma, the micro C-hip, what you see Elon Musk right now, they're going live with their whole, brain chipping, which, I believed in the spirit that they've been had that shit going. It's one thing, about Esau. If you telling you that, they're barely doing human trials. They've been doing human trials. You literally got people right now with with charagmas in them right now, and neural links within them right now. Probably had it within them for years and years, but they're just not going to bring that out in the public. And, these things are already being done. I guarantee you they have people on this planet Earth right now that are embedded with charagmas and neural links, out and about, living lives, moving around. They're being more than just, test subjects. They're literally, living life in this manner. You got a lot of those people over there in Sweden and over there in Switzerland and Sweden that already have micro C-hips in them. Shit, you got some people over there in Wisconsin where they had that one business. What was it called? Foursquare, I think. That was that had microchips implanted in them to go in and out and operate within that business over there in Wisconsin, to move about within that warehouse. So, people are already living with this technology within them. It just hasn't gone to the point to where, it fulfills, fully fulfills prophecy, to where, rich and small, free and bond, where everybody on this planet Earth is going to be faced with the charagma in this digital beast system. You see, but these devils, they're hoping that 2024 will be the year that they could get the CBDCs going. We know they got this Third World War already rocking. Biden says they're about to start hitting strikes in Syria and Iran and Syria, so that they can go into war with Iran. So, hey, like it says, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy. And that's what we are doing. That's what we're going to continue to do, because we're in the time of these prophecies. Okay. And I was reading this article here, and it says, look, the globalists want CBDCs in 2024. What really comes next will surprise them. And these guys who write these articles, they're always like, well, it's going to fail, which it is going to fail, because ultimately it's going to fail when Yahweh Shai returns and obliterates, Babylon the Great, America, and this, Edomite rulership as we know it, and, subjugate all these different kings of the earth and their armies and their nations and their governments and their, sovereignty. We know it's going to be ended then, but we know that these, these prophecies have to be fulfilled, and CBDC is a huge part of the charagma, because that's how they're going to implement it. The MOTB is via these CBDCs, which they will eventually force everybody into taking it, because this is going to be the only way that you'll be able to buy or sell or function within this devil's new world order. So like he says here, 2024 is the year that these elites want to implement this shit. So, hey, we could probably very well be out of here this year, Lord willing, because like I said, World War III is right there. It's one bomb away from, one so-called, scenario away from things getting hot, man. They just, they're blaming Iran for those American soldiers that got killed over there. I forget exactly where it was, and they're trying to blame it on Iran. And now Biden's talking about he's going to do a whole week long of strikes over there, like I said, in Syria and Iran and in different strategic places over there. So, prophecy is literally jumping off the page, man. And these are the things that we're waiting for. These are the things that we're constantly watching for. Hey, and the water to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, these things are right here at the door. So it says, there's an excellent chance governments worldwide, remember, because this is a global agenda, you see, will soon force their citizens to use central bank digital currency. You see, and this is why they're going to eventually collapse this economy. They're going to collapse the dollar as being the world reserve currency, and they're going to, collapse all financial, finances as we know it right now. The ruble, all these different nations and their paper money and their financial institutions, they're going to collapse it all to bring in this digital system, which is going to bring in the CBDC, which will come with the MOTB, the mark of the beast, eventually. It says CBDCs enable all sorts of horrible totalitarian things, because it's going to implement total control of these elites. And it's going to explain to you in this article, which we've been doing ad nauseum, but it's good to go into these things again so you can get a better idea of just how much control these devils are going to have when they implement this digital beast system, you see? And this is why Klaus Schwab confidently says you will eat the bugs, all right? You will own nothing and you will be happy, because this is what this new central bank digital currency and this new world order affords them, is total control over every aspect of your life. You see, you're not going to have your constitutional right. You're not going to have the right to free speech, the right to bear arms, the right to protest against, the totalitarian system, because, you'll be under what they call a social credit score. They'll be able to, with the flip of a switch or a click of a mouse or a press of a button, they can totally kill you and separate you from buying and selling and traveling and even having any type of existence in this new beast system, man. You see, and this is why they're going to let all this chaos happen. They're going to, do cyber attacks. They're going to basically render everybody completely desolate and, vulnerable, to the point to where you'll be so desolate, you'll be so broke, so helpless, so, so alone out here that you'll be begging these devils, for a helping hand. You'll be begging for the CBDC. You'll be begging for this new world order. Therefore, you're going to ultimately willingly submit yourselves into their new world order via a blood sacrifice, which would be you accepting this MOTB. You see, they're not going to force the mark of the beast on anybody. The majority of these people are going to willingly go and offer themselves unto it and bow down and worship it, because shit is going to be so horrible and so bad out here that they're going to come with the only solution and the only answer to all of your issues and your fears and your problems and your starvation and your hunger and your perplexity. It's all going to be, they're going to have the answer for it, and you're going to willingly accept it. You're going to willingly offer your right hand or your forehead to let these devils implant this shit within you, all right? Except for the elect, who's going to trust and lean on Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai all the way into the end. All right, it says they allow governments to track and control every penny you earn, save, and spend. They are a powerful tool for politicians to confiscate and redistribute wealth as they see fit. CBDCs will allow central banks to impose deeply negative interest rates, which are just a euphemism for a tax on saving money. Governments could program CBDCs to have an expiration date, like some airline frequent flyer miles, forcing people to spend them, for example, before the end of the month when they become worthless. You see, this is why you're going to own nothing and be happy. You're not going to be able to have independent wealth. You're not going to be able to, you know, uh, 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 you know, be independently wealthy and buy property and own property. You're not going to own a goddamn thing because they're not going to allow you to. They're not going to allow you to own anything. Everything that you have will be given unto you on a stipend type of basis. Everything that you do will be based upon your carbon on a very small carbon footprint. All right. You're not gonna, you're gonna own three articles of clothing, one pair of shoes. You're not gonna be able to just every 2 months go get you a new toothbrush. Go to the grocery store and just buy things in bulk. Have five different pairs. These women have 10 different designer bags. Uh, 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 a whole drawer full of brand new underwear with tags on it. Shit like that. It's not going to exist in this new system because that's going to be too much carbon use. That's going to cause too much damage on the planet. And you need to, you're not going to have that access to things like that. It's a total slave system, man. You see? It says CBDCs will enable devious social engineering by allowing governments to punish and reward people in ways they previously couldn't. It says, suppose governments impose lockdowns again for flu season, so-called climate change, or whatever pretext they find convenient. CBDC could be programmed to work only in a geographical area, and the government could deny your payments if you travel more than a mile from your home during a lockdown. You see? It's total slave system, man. And they could deny anybody at any time that they want to, man. You see? This is not living. This is not, this is a way that Esau is trying to play God via technology, man. It says, suppose the people in charge want to encourage people to take a pharmaceutical product or some other poison. With CBDCs, they could deposit money into the accounts of those who complied and deduct it from those who didn't, you see? And this is why that C-190 was nothing but a pilot program. It was a test. You see? So in the near future, they're gonna have total control. Hey, like it says, if they tell you, look, we got a new V that you got to take, and you don't take it, hey, with the click of a button, they could restrict your travel. They could strip all the money, all your CBDCs out of your account for 2 months, and you could literally starve to death, man. Because you won't be able to board a train, you won't be able to get on a bus, you won't be able to go to the grocery store to get milk or eggs or food or water for you or your family. You'll be totally cut out or separated from the from the system unless you ultimately comply, man. You see, and this is why this it's a snare and it's a trap. All right, and they're going to present it as salvation. They're going to present it as the fix to all of the problems of the world, but they're just trapping you and snaring you into this system to where you'll be their complete and utter slave. It says where was I? It says governments and large corporations will undoubtedly pair CBDCs with a social credit system. Do you commit a thought crime on social media? Or perhaps you read too many politically incorrect articles online? Did you exceed your monthly meat consumption allowance? Then expect some financial punishment thanks to the CBDC. See? And this is what this is all about, man. And it's all going to be fulfilled and linked via that MOTB because, that's where your whole, your digital wallet, that's where your whole livelihood is going to lie. That's how they're going to be able to track and trace and monitor and deduct or insert or deny you life, is through that MOTB. And it's going to be a global system. It's going to be, a ubiquitous system all over the planet Earth. They could, have complete control over everyone. It says CBDCs are, without a doubt, an instrument of enslavement. You see? That's exactly what it is. And this is what these devils want. And they said, like the article said, these globalists want to have this in place by 2024. So this year, they're going to be making major moves to try to establish it. Right? And like I said, this is how we know they're about to crash this financial system, because they can't bring in this new CBDC system without crashing the old system. You see, that's why that movie Leave the World Behind was so prevalent. And it makes a lot of sense because They're literally letting you know this is where things are headed, and this is what they want to establish. It says they represent a quantum leap backward in human freedom. Unfortunately, they're coming. See, that's why I read that Second Ezra, the 15th chapter. You know, write them in paper for their faithful and true. That wasn't Second Ezra, was it? Yeah, Second Ezra, the 15th chapter. Because these things are coming. This is all part of biblical prophecy. It's the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And again, I think about it. These things can't happen. You know, a salvation and the destruction of this society can't happen until these things come to pass. So this is why we're constantly telling these elites to hurry up and put your foot on the gas. Get it going already, man. You know? And like I said, we see these things accelerating. It says, unfortunately, they're coming soon. Governments will probably mandate CBDC as the solution when the next real or contrived crisis hits, which is likely not far off. The good news is that CBDCs are destined to fail. Well, they are destined to fail, like I said earlier, because Yahweh Shai is going to come back, we know, with all his glory, with the chariots and the angels to make war upon these different nations, and to subdue all of the heathen and their armies. But ultimately, before that happens, all these things must needs come to pass. You see, and this is where the MOTB is going to come in. This is how you're going to be linked and joined into this new totalitarian digital slave system, is through the MOTB. And this is why we're always bringing the scripture out. And this is why it's always coming out, because we're in those times. This is Revelations 13-16. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right. And that word mark, as we always go into, is the charagma. All right. And like Elder Yashawama did a video earlier, showing you how, the creator of the microchip that worked for Bill Gates said that, they had to find a way to keep the microchip continuously charged, is you needed like a place with a high heat signature. And he said, guess where the two places to where, you can insert these charagmas in people that they could continuously charge and receive, to work constantly, is on the forehead, right above the hairline, and in the right hand, man. See, so the scriptures are on point, man. This is the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And these things are going to happen. And the Lord has been giving these devils the technology to fulfill this prophecy. It says to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark. So you have to be a complete moron to not see how that CBDC is going to be linked with the mark of the beast. And you got that guy, I always forget his name. I don't know if they was doing a TED talk or it was the World Economic Forum. They was asking this guy, well, what will the CBDC look like? And he put his fingers together. He said, it'll be about the size of a grain of rice, man. All right. And we know exactly what he was talking about in the spirit when he said that. And it applies to this prophecy. And it says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. You see? Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. See? Hey, and these things are coming fast. Like it says here in the title, they want CBDCs in 2024. This is the globalist, man. Hey, and Lord willing, and Lord willing, the Lord wants it to happen this year too. And this is what we're praying and what we're waiting to see if it'll happen or not, man. So I'm gonna close it there. But hey, show you that prophecy is jumping off the pages, and hey, our salvation is nearer than when we believe, man. So stay focused, brothers. Keep pushing. Pray out the Lord give us all the spirit to endure. During these, during the time of Jacob's trouble, when all hell breaks loose, and when this devil, implements this MOTB via the CBDCs, that the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is with us, and we, even if we have to be found faithful unto death, we can receive that crown of life. So I'm gonna close it there. Lord, witness is edifying. Until the next one, shalom.